Hey everyone, it's Reverend Jay coming to you from outside of my house in San Francisco. We're continuing our journey towards sacred spaces, and I want to invite us to a park that is nearby my house. It's called Cayuga Park. And so let's go visit it. Get in.
Growing up in the Outer Mission District of San Francisco, Cayuga Park was just a few blocks away from my home. I grew up here playing baseball, riding my bike, and walking the trails, enjoying time with family and friends. My children also grew up playing here. They played basketball and enjoyed the renovated park. What makes this place unique among urban parks are the combination of wood carvings made from fallen trees and stumps and pathways that weave through gardens with names like the Path of Hope and the Garden of Eden. Here you'll find allusions to Jesus, Mary, Moses, and angels, spiritual totems, and whimsical odes to creation, justice, and love that invite a mystical vibe.
Welcome to the Garden of Eden. Let's take a walk. The wonderful wooden sculptures and imaginative landscaping in here in Cayuga Playground are all the creation of Demetrio or Demi Braceros. He was a gardener here who worked for the San Francisco Recreation and Park Department for 24 years. One of the things that was important to him when he first got here many years ago, back in the 1980s, was what can he transform this place into? And so he transformed this place, and the park, the way it looks now, is so much different than when it was when I was young. In fact, it's really considered like a place of community now. Before, it used to be the place of drug traffickers and gang activity. That's what it was. Things have changed, and definitely things have changed for the better. that you see in front of us were planted by Dimitri 25 years ago. That's how fast redwood trees grow.
An immigrant from the Philippines, Mr. Braceros planted most of the garden and trees you see here in the park today. He retired in 2008, and today a volunteer group helps maintain the garden and preserve the carvings. The community takes great pride in having a public place to enjoy like this. Folks in the neighborhood took part in the planning of this place when it was rebuilt in 2012, and rarely will you see acts of vandalism in Cayuga Park. The park holds the tension between the brutalism of formed concrete and the sound of the BART right above, and the green growing gardens in a field of dreams, and the movement of sounds of people of all ages enjoying the playground below. It's a place that invites us to see the goodness of who we are.
Resolve, Philippine national hero.
So I wonder where might be that place in the world that inspires you to wonder. Where might be a place in the world that invites God's goodness for you?
Actually still has a little league baseball field out here. We used to try to hit that baseball and aim for the BART tracks over there. Now if we got really lucky, we would actually end up hitting the train while it was passing by. Now imagine that kind of home run hit. I want to thank gardener Dimitri Braceros for all of his work. His legacy has endured for decades now. It's been pretty incredible. But it simply comes out of one man's vision and hope to transform this little park into a little garden, Garden of Eden, a garden that transforms us inside and out. I want to thank you for joining me on this little pilgrimage to Cayuga Park in San Francisco. It's a park that has been enduring in my heart because it was part of my childhood and still continues to be part of my life today. Parks like these, and you can find them in all different places, invite us into wonder, into the whimsical. It invites us to be present in God in different ways, to look for God's grace in the things that we create and things that are created that we are stewards of. God bless you and God keep you, and in all the places that you're able to go, I invite you to continue to look for what's right in the world. Look for God's grace, and God's grace will transform you. Take care, everyone, and we'll see each other soon.